What is up, everybody, and happy Friday evening. You know what I mean? And it's Packers victory Friday. The Packers take down the Commanders, and got two convincing wins right out the gate, dude. I'm excited, dude. I'm feeling jacked up. I know everyone's trying to tell you not to be excited. Everyone's kind of trying to downplay it. Like, dude, it's funny how people were saying like, "Oh, it's just the Commanders. Like the Commanders are overrated." Like, dude, shut up, dude. They were in an NFC Championship game last season. The Packers took them down. We're going to talk about it right here, but big shout out to the sponsors before we start this thing. Kwik Trip, you come into a Packers game this season. You're going to want to stop at Kwik Trip. As soon as you start get close to Wisconsin, you're going to start seeing these things. They're in other places too, but let's focus on Wisconsin. I mean, that's where I am. And but they got everything that you need for tailgating. They got the cheese, they got the cheese curds, they got the hot spots place, they got the ice, they got all the stuff that you're gonna need. Shout out to Kwik Trip, and they got clean bathrooms. You know what I mean? So if you have to handle some business, you know what I mean, you're gonna be in good hands over there. And Nicolet Law, shout out to them if you get injured and the insurance companies are being flaky with you. Yeah, you're missing work. You need to get yours. Nicolet Law is going to take care of you. So go to nicoletlaw.com, and if you forget this, you'll see lots of billboards all throughout Wisconsin and in Minnesota a little bit. So shout out to Nicolet Law. Shout out to Kwik Trip being great sponsors. And I actually, before we start this, hammer the chat first of all. If you're tuning in live, you know what I mean, it's Friday night. People might be out doing some stuff, so like we'll see how many people tune in. But I do want to say next week, starting next week, I'm going to be live every day, Monday through Friday. I'm going to be live. We'll have different shows. Like Mondays, I think I'm going to do like a kind of I'll definitely do Monday Night Football, live streaming the game. Do a watch party Monday, Thursday, and Sunday. Like with the Packers don't play this Sunday, so I'll figure out what games I'll stream. But I'm gonna start doing lots and lots of live streams. We're gonna have a lot of good times. You know what I mean? So Monday we're gonna do like usually the Packers will play on Sunday, and then I will do like a recap, like talk about what that is. And then Monday Night Football, we'll do that. Tuesday, I'm going to try to get a guest in here. Wednesday, we'll probably do a pick'em show and just talk Packers. And then Thursday, we'll do Thursday Night Football. Friday, we'll just kind of do like tonight, we're taking some voicemail calls. We're going to do that throughout the whole week, though. All my streams, people calling and leave voicemails, I will use them. We have some good ones tonight from after the Packers game. And, I think we got like about 6, 7 of them, you know what I mean? But be sure to call in, hammer that number throughout the week, even if you have a thought, and I'll use them on the next stream. It's going to be a good time. We're going to have good fun over here, you know what I mean? Let me get to the chat. We got a few comments up here. Everyone is excited about the Packers win, but let's also not forget the Bears suck. You know what I mean? We cannot forget that. And we do not forget that over here on the Matt Ramage Show. And we have another one over here from Mountain Man Pack. Go Pack, go. Good evening, Matt. We were young lads the last time the defense felt like this. Absolutely, dude. This defense feels different. I mean, it doesn't just feel good. Like this is a good defense. This feels like this is a special defense. It feels like you're watching a different team. Doesn't it? It's like Bizarro World. They're not just good. They're ferocious. Like people can say what they want. That Lions offense is good. And if you want to say, all right, well, the Lions have new coordinators. They're learning some stuff on the go. So they were just sluggish. All right, we'll see how their season goes or whatever. But Washington, dude, everyone was saying the Packers can't do that against Washington. You know what I mean? That offense is too good. Daniels is too good. He's a scrambler. He gets away. And the Packers handled them. You know what I mean? The Packers did it, and they did it convincingly. This Packers team should be screamed about. Like, I feel like every year, like coming out the gate, there's a team that like everyone's like, you got to watch over that team. Like the Packers are that team. The Packers are the team that whole league is looking at. The whole league is talking about the Green Bay Packers, and they should be. And you shouldn't let people tell you not to get excited. You know what I mean? We're gonna get some more comments here. We're gonna take some calls. So this is a show for the people. You know what I mean? This defense isn't just getting stops; they are battering people and pushing them backwards. Absolutely, dude. This defense, like, dude, I don't care what anyone says. These offenses coming in to play the Green Bay Packers are scared. I mean, I wouldn't say scared like they're like shook, but like they're concerned. Like they know what they're going up against. They're concerned. They're trying to game plan the best way to attack it. But like, dude, this defense is ferocious. And then Tucker Kraft, I had him as my player of the week. You know what I mean? So he balled out. There was a one play like particular, like Jordan Love is scrambling to his right. Tucker Kraft's out there. Everyone, they're obviously covered. He's looking downfield. Tucker Kraft comes back on the right sideline and gets a nice pass, I think, for first down. And like that is what you need. Like when Aaron Rodgers used to talk about this, like the scramble drills or whatever. Players come back, but that's just I feel like Tucker Kraft is going to be his dude. Tucker Kraft's going to be like guy, like, hey, when things break down, you got me. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna figure it out. Like they're gonna connect. Obviously, there's a lot of other weapons on offense, but I feel like Tucker Kraft is gonna be a dude. You know what I mean? It is awesome. All right, we got some more comments over here. I appreciate everyone tuning in right here. Packers Driven says, "Yeehaw, let's go." You know what I mean? And if this team can stay healthy, they should be unstoppable. Yeah, like that's the thing. Just we got an injury. Romeo, not Romeo. I don't even want to put that out in the world, bro. But Jaden Reed got hurt, broke his collarbone, and I kind of said that during my watch party. I was like, that looks bad. Like holding the shoulder. First of all, I don't think I said it during my watch party, but it did look reminiscent of Charles Woodson. How Charles Woodson was favoring his, during a Super Bowl when he broke his collarbone. So I never broke my collarbone. I don't do things that collarbones get broken. You know what I mean? But here's a good comment. Cassie, do you think Thursday would stop the Bills, Eagles, late season Chiefs? I mean, go Pack, go, and I'm stoked, but we didn't play great teams yet. How would we compare? But I think we did. I think the Lions, I mean, not of those caliber, but Washington was in the NFC Championship game. You know what I mean? Like these are two great football teams that the Packers just beat. Like we will see like going throughout the season. Like I get the mindset of saying, hey, let's wait and see what happens. But like, dude, you have to enjoy the wins, enjoy the season, because like when your team wins a Super Bowl, you really don't expect it, even if you do expect it. Like it's just so like enjoy the process, enjoy going through the season. We're gonna see what happens, but this team looks glorious, and I think it's all right to just be excited about it and just say, hey, look what we got. We got the Browns coming up next. The Packers are in great position to have a really good start to this season. And that's all you can do, dude. Just enjoy the process. Just enjoy the moments. Packers Driven Kraft single-handedly saved my week in fantasy football against a friend I'm playing. Yeah, I got Tucker Kraft in my fantasy. We're going to see how the rest of the season, rest of the week's games go. See if I can win that thing. Hopefully I can. Greg, he says, I'm cautiously excited about the Pack. A lot of things can happen during the next 15 weeks. The Packers are off to an impressive start. Strawberry Plains has plenty of Packer fans excited in Tennessee. Lambeau has to be a place. Visitors can't wait. You know what I mean? Dude, absolutely. And Matt LaFleur talked about it too, about how the fans were like so jacked up. He said, shout out to the Gold Packers, the loudest he's heard it in there. So, the excitement's brewing over here. You know what I mean? We're going to get some voicemails. We got comments over here. We're Super Bowl contenders, no doubt. Absolutely. And then that's all I'm saying is that people should be talking about the Packers. This Packers team are Super Bowl contenders. Now, am I locking them in and saying I guarantee they're going to win Super Bowl? Yeah, also that. No, I'm just kidding. But, like, you got to play the season. But, like, there's no reason to think that this team isn't going to be in that fight. Now, come the end of the season, you have to actually do it. It's not good enough to just be there. You have to actually go and get it. But I want to get to some voicemails over here. And this first one is absolutely hilarious. I want to get to one more comment before I do that. But love how the Packers look, but they definitely need to take less shots downfield, take some short passes. I got to agree with that, but I do like the aggressive at times. You have to like pick your spots for sure. But I do like the aggressive a little bit. Long as J Love don't throw an interception, he's looking good. I mean, dude, he hasn't thrown an interception yet. He only threw 11 last season. So I feel like Jordan Love has like this bad reputation for throwing interceptions. That's not all that real. 11 interceptions in a season isn't that bad. I think Patrick Mahomes threw more. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying he's better than Patrick Mahomes. I'm just saying I don't think the stigma of interception thrower is right for him. Steve says, hey, Matt, I haven't seen a defense like this since I was in my mid-20s and Reggie was in Green Bay. Also glad Sterling's name is in the ring where it belongs. Dude, that was a beautiful thing, too, seeing Sterling Sharp's name get in the Ring of Honor. I saw he had a moment with Matt LaFleur. I love me some Sterling Sharp. Seeing that, I can't wait to go to the next game so I can see Sterling Sharp's name in that Ring of Honor. That is an absolutely beautiful thing. Should have happened a long time ago, but you got to be in the Hall of Fame for that. As soon as he was in the Hall of Fame, that thing happened. Total domination is right. Absolutely. And I've never heard a pop like Sunday when they introduced Micah and when he got his first sack. The energy is insane, Cassie said. Yeah, absolutely, dude. This team, these fan base, everything is just so jacked up. So let's get to some voicemails here. All right, so the first one is funny because I had to do some editing because some people swore. See, when you swear and if it's really good and I still want to use it, I got to edit it. You're causing me work. You know what I mean? I have enough stuff to do. No, but I appreciate the voicemails for sure. And but this first one is funny because I think he might have called the wrong number when he was trying to do something else. So oh yeah, I'm doing it over here now. So here we go. Here comes the first voicemail.
Excuse me, hey Todd, I'm sorry, I'm not going to make it in tomorrow. Packers just won, so yeah, sorry. Kind of like Monday. I know I'm down on hours, but you understand, yeah. Sorry, pardon my French. See you Monday. Cheers.
So this dude called in sick to work, called the wrong number, called me. Bro, I don't need to know that you didn't go to work, but that's awesome. I don't know if it was a joke or if that was real, but that was like the funniest thing when I was listening to these voicemails. I almost died laughing from that. So absolutely, dude, keep sending these voicemails. I'll shout out the number in a minute here after we're done. But I want to get to some more voicemails and let me know. Keep hammering the chat. Let me know. Let's keep it locked in on these voicemails. But here's another one right here.
Big Matty. Mike from Mike's Memorabilia.
What's up, Mike?
We're going to the motherfucking Super Bowl, dog. Whoop, whoop.
You know what I mean? That's the type of stuff I like. You know, he's jacked up. This is right after the game. Everyone's jacked up. Shout out to Mike from Mike's Memorabilia. He has some great stuff over there. Let's keep her moving over here.
Hello, Mr. Ramage. This
What's
is
up?
Douglas Hype Esquire. Question for you.
You know who this is.
Do you think the Packers have the best defense in the NFL? Here's some evidence. Corey Valentine apparently had an amazing game, stopping the run at an extremely high level. The defensive line dominated on almost all levels. The linebackers flying around could be the best in the league. We also might have the best overall safety group in the league with Bullard and Evan Williams swapping out for whenever you need pass or run defense. So, sir, do the Packers have the best defense in the entire NFL? Goodbye.
Do the Packers have the best defense in the entire NFL? I think that's hard to say. I mean, it's the Packers played 2 games. They played, first of all, they played an extra game from everyone else playing on Thursday Night Football. But I think it's hard to say, do they have the best defense? I think so. But I don't think that you can really say because you have to see more. But like as it is right now, where the NFL season is right now, Packers definitely have the most exciting defense. I don't have stats in front of me to like back it up and be like, hey, this team is this. But like we're so early on in the season that I don't know if that would really help either. But I think you could say the Packers are the best defense, the most exciting defense, the defense everyone's talking about. It's not just Micah Parsons. When you talk about this Packers defense and how they're so ferocious, look at how Nixon played, bro. Like Nixon did his thing. They were talking about him all night long. Everyone I've seen on social media talking about him today. Like they were getting after. It's not just Micah Parsons. This defense is jammed up, and I feel like maybe Micah Parsons being there, maybe a leader in the locker, or maybe some of these guys were just due to pop off. But like this defense is stepping up at every level. It's not just Micah Parsons. You know what I mean? It's definitely not. So I'm excited, dude. I think we can call him the best defense in the NFL right now. Why not? You know what I mean? But we got Iowa Joe in the building. What's up, Iowa Joe? He said, I think the NFL needs to stop with the short turnarounds for games just for Ramage's liver's sake. You know what I mean? Dude, there's a lot of games, you know what I mean? But hey, Iowa Joe, I mentioned it earlier. I am now live Monday through Friday. Monday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. I'm going to be live right here. YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, all the places that I live stream. So we're going to be getting after it. I probably won't be drinking for every single stream. I'm not going to drink 6 days a week because I'm also doing the games on Sunday, all the primetime games. We're going to have a good time. Going to give a shout out to some people in the chat here. What's up, Rick? I appreciate you. And I just passed 100,000 followers on Facebook. So I got that going for me. That was pretty cool. I've been kind of close for a long time. So it's kind of cool to kind of get over that hump. That's cool. JT says sports shows were glazing the Packers all day today. It's a beautiful thing. I don't watch sports shows. I don't watch ESPN or any of those shows. I see the clips on the internet, and it's cool. I like it. I feel like the Packers are that hot team. Early in the season, it's been the Bills. It's, the Chiefs or whoever it is that in the first couple of weeks they just pop off. Everyone's like, I mean, sometimes it's not a wow because sometimes it's just a good team being great again, like the Chiefs or whatever. But this Packers team, everyone's looking at him. Jordan Love's been doing his thing. Like, look at this team. There's no superstar needed on that offense. They're just spreading the ball around. They're getting after it. Josh Jacobs doing his thing. Their focal point is going to be to stop Josh Jacobs. At some point, some team is going to be like, all right, we got to stop the pass. We have to stop the pass. And then Josh Jacobs is going to flourish. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Rick says, I'm excited for the Eagles game. You know what I mean? That's going to be interesting. I want to see where we are at that point. I think it's going to be great. And Travis, what's up? He said, this is the first time you may not be a hype guy about the Pack. Dude, that's what I was saying. I made a post on Facebook. I was like, am I still delusional? And I ain't going to lie. Like, I thought this was going to be like what the defense is. This defense is better, I think, than anyone could imagine. I really do. In the first 2 weeks, yeah, they got to keep it going or it doesn't matter. I mean, I wouldn't say it doesn't matter, but you know what I mean? If they want to be that defense, they definitely have to keep it going. We're going to get to one more comment here. Then we're going to get some more voicemails. TJ says definitely got 6 wide receivers that can play and 2 tight ends. You know, we lost Reed and he'll be back. What are they saying? Like 6 to 8 weeks. So that's rough. But let's get to another voicemail over here. Here we go.
Hey, Matt, Jeff from Wausau. I think my biggest takeaway from tonight is the Packers just took down Detroit and Washington.
Yeah.
Which are 2 of our biggest opponents to win the NFC this year. So 2 games in, 2 of the biggest opponents we had to face, 2 wins. Enough said.
Yep. What more needs to be said? You know what I mean? Yeah. See, and that's the thing too is like, all right. So I figured the Lions are good, right? I'm not saying that the Lions are trash at all. They're gonna pop up. They're gonna be fighting for a playoff spot, right? So these are 2 teams, like he's mentioned, 2 teams that we're gonna have to worry about come playoff time, and going through the seeding and whatnot. And they got to win over Detroit. They got to win over Washington. They play the Lions again, obviously. Washington's going to be up there, you know, in a playoff spot. So, like, all the seeding come end of the season. These are 2 very, very important games that the Packers had to win. And they did it, and they did it quite convincingly. You know what I mean? Let's get to some comments here. Alan, the craziest stat I heard was Nixon had 5 DBUs against the Commanders, and not a single DB had 5 all 2024 season. Seems to good to be true, and that's what Richard Sherman said right after the game. Yeah, Richard Sherman, I give Richard Sherman a hard time, but like because you know he was down on the Packers last couple of years, but he was probably right in those seasons. But yeah, dude, Nixon was balling. Like he was knocking passes down, he was getting after it. He wasn't making anything easy over there. It's a beautiful thing, and when you have guys like that, it helps because you have a pass rush. Like I say, it's not even just Parsons, but the Daniels was running. Dude, Daniels was not comfortable, and that is what you want. Steve-O says, thanks or congrats on 100,000, Mr. M. Dude, 100,000 followers on Facebook. That's, you know, I've been doing it for a while, and that's, it's a beautiful thing. I appreciate everyone following on Facebook or wherever you follow me, wherever you watch. And be sure to subscribe over on YouTube. We're going to be doing some long form YouTube videos too this season. Trying to work on not just the live streams, but we got some good stuff brewing. You know what I mean? Time to do the work, baby. And here we go. Let's get to another voicemail.
Hello, this is Tyler Widmeyer from Facebook. I was just going to say about the Packers game. I thought it was a really good one tonight. Defense played really good. Offense played pretty good for not having 2 of the starters on the offensive line, and I hope Jaden Reed makes a good recovery. I don't know the whole extent of the injury. Hopefully they announce that soon, and go Pack go, and hopefully keep winning. Thank you for taking this call. Bye.
Hey, thank you for making the call, man. I appreciate every single voicemail. But absolutely, like Reed, hopefully, you know, he's got the broken collarbone. Hopefully he can come back strong come playoff time. And yeah, dude, that was just a great all-around win because it's not going to be perfect all the time, especially when you're playing good teams. The Commanders are a really good football team, so it wasn't going to be flawless, but they did it. And one thing I would say, like I get like Matt LaFleur, everyone talks about like his conservativeness. Like towards the end of the game, but so far it has kind of worked. But like I don't like the conservativeness, but also don't be aggressive. You're up by, you know, whatever it is. You don't want to get crazy and end up making a mistake, a turnover, or whatever, interception, fumble, whatever. So you're trying to keep it safe, but like you got to keep trying to, you know, kind of sustain drives. And Matt LaFleur knows that. I ain't nobody to question Matt LaFleur. I love me some Matt LaFleur, but yeah, dude. We are going to see. All right, so let's get some more comments over here. Mark says wide receiver room is deep, so that's good. Yeah, dude, the wide receiver room, you know, it is good. We got Doug Hype TV in the building over here. Hey, Doug, we already played your voicemail, so if you were late and you didn't hear it, that's on you, bro. You know what I mean? The schedule is set. All right, we're going to get to another one. I forget what number I'm on here. Let's keep it going.
Hello, my name is Tim. I'm from Florida.
What's up?
Go Pack, go. What a win. We kept it great. I mean, that defense, that offense, everything looked good. Now let's go into next week and beat up on those Browns. Go Pack, go!
Yeah, dude, absolutely. Beat up on those Browns because the Browns seem like down and out, right? They got a lot of drama over there. I know. I don't know a lot about what the Browns are doing, but I see like Shadows. I think it's Shadow Sanders, the backup quarterback. Everyone's like all in hype, and that's all I know about the Browns is like seeing social media stuff about him. We are going to see it. The Browns aren't a team that's scary, but that's the thing about good teams. You know what I mean? Don't beat up on the great teams and then lose to the bad teams. You know what I mean? So the Packers have to go in there, and which they will. They will. They're not looking down at any team in the NFL, but like they had to go in there and then stomp them out then. All right. So you beat the Lions. You beat the Washington Commanders, 2 playoff teams from last year. One of them was in the championship game. So now you're going to play the Browns, beat the crap out of them, beat the dog crap out of them, stomp them out. Let the league know that the Green Bay Packers are here, baby, and they're here for total domination, and they won't let their foot off the throat for nobody. You know what I mean? That's what we need to do right here, dude. I'm jacked up, man. This is going to be a fun season. Go, Pack, go. All right, we got some chat over here. I appreciate you tuning in live over here. Wide receiver room. Oh, yeah, we got that. Oh, yeah, so, you were late, dude. Doug Hype TV was late, but we're going to get to some more voicemails over here. I want to make sure I get to all of them. I want to try to, everyone who leaves a voicemail can be heard. Just try not to swear because I can't use them. Plus, this is for a podcast. A lot of people driving to work, driving their kids to school or whatever. And we just try to, make it a place that people can listen to it. We can all have a good time without doing all that. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to lecture. I
gotta
promise.
tell you, been a Packers fan for a long time.
There
I've been
go.
excited every single year that every single year starts. I have never felt this way before.
Dude, it's different.
Been a part of the 2010 Super Bowl. Every single year we came into this, there was some hope that the defense would do something. We had the Rodgers comment, hey, we got a defense. And we all know how that went.
Yeah, we do.
This year feels different for some reason. Might be the Marcus Parsons trade. But the guys are flying around. They're shutting everyone down. For some reason, this year just feels different. From past experiences, I hope our hearts don't get broken again.
Mm-hmm.
But, man, I haven't been this excited in a long time. The guys are flying. Just delete this voicemail, please.
All right, so dude, I appreciate the call right there, dude. And absolutely, dude, this defense does seem different. It doesn't seem like real. Like the Packers have had, like you mentioned, that the years when Aaron Rodgers said we got a defense. Like, no, that was nothing, dude. That was nothing, bro, to what this Packers defense is. This Packers defense, what have they have done in the first 2 weeks? Like I say, it's not just Parsons, which is, I think, he's a big part of it. I'm not trying to downplay his ability, and like I think just his vibe in the locker room, I think it's a huge thing. So I feel like this defense, though, they're all over the place. It's a secondary, it's everyone. This defense seems different. This defense feels like it's like someone. It's like the Ravens defense. It's another team's defense, but this is a Green Bay Packers defense, baby. We got Nixon, we got Parsons, we got Rashawn Gary back there. We got a lot of dudes running around and making plays, and that's all that matters. Just get after it, baby. All right, let's get. I think we have one last voicemail here. Let's get to it. You know what I mean? Oh, I don't think I hit the button right. It's not my fault.
Hey, Matt, I got to tell you, been a Packers fan for a long time.
Actually, that was the same one, I think. I think we already got through them all. I think that was the same one. But, yeah, dude, I'm excited about this defense. I'm excited about the offense. I'm excited about Tucker Kraft. And, like, one of the callers mentioned, about the offensive line, missing 2 offensive linemen in that game. So, like, when you miss 2 offensive linemen, any team who is missing 2 offensive linemen, that's a problem. You know what I mean? And be able to kind of get over that is absolutely huge. So it's absolutely a beautiful thing. Let's get some chat over here. Brewer Murphy says Packers got the league on notice, baby. Actually, I have a graphic coming out tomorrow. I made this graphic about just saying just that. Actually, I think I said the NFC North, but I should have said the whole NFC. But I just like to trash the NFC North. You know what I mean? But dude, everyone's on notice what this Green Bay Packers team is. We got Philly boy in the building, baby. you may begin now. Scoreboard, you know what I mean? For everyone who watches the watch parties, you understand Phil's comment right there. Scoreboard, baby. But yeah, so I'm gonna be live this season going forward for every primetime game. On Sundays, it might be different if it's like a 3:00 game. I don't know if I'm for sure gonna do the primetime game, but I'm gonna try to do 2 games a week. Sometimes when I try to do 3, like on Sundays, my voice like kind of gives out because like 3, that's like 9 hours of talking. So especially if a Packers game is one of them, because I do a lot of screaming and whatnot. But we're gonna be doing a lot Monday through Friday. I'm gonna be live streaming every day, 7:30 p.m. Central Time for people who are late to the show. You know what I mean? Our wide receivers are balling out, and so are our tight ends, Tucker Kraft. Yeah, absolutely, dude. I feel like the most important positions are playing well. The quarterback's playing well. Josh Jacobs is kind of getting bogged down a little bit because they're really trying to stop him, but he's been doing his thing. Josh Jacobs, I think, is one of the key pieces to this team. I mean, we got a pass rush. You know what I mean? We have a pass rush, and that's been a problem. Like last year, that was a huge problem. Our secondary is doing it, even though secondary highly disrespected throughout the whole offseason, even by me a little bit, where I was like, the secondary is like the weakest link. But dude, Nixon's getting after it. We got some boys doing some stuff over there. Doug Hype says, I listened to your response to my voicemail. Dude, you know what's funny is when I was doing these voicemails, I was trying to like I'm trying to figure out different ways to play them. So I want them to be clear, I want them to be like sound good, even for on the podcast. Because when I put the mic to my laptop into it, there's a little bit of echo. It doesn't really sound good. I want people listening to their vehicles to not have to listen to like crap. You know what I mean? So so I sent it to myself. I sent the audio to myself. I texted to myself, but I texted the wrong number. So some random person, 1 digit off from my number, got me like, this is a test of whatever. That's hilarious to me. They didn't respond. So, you know what I mean? All right, let's get some more chat over here. Doug says, I think the Packers have the best defense. Yeah, absolutely. We talked about that a little bit earlier. I think right now you have to say that. I mean, there's a lot of season to go, so like we're not going to get too hyped up by like this number 1 defense, but like we've always been excited about like top 10 defense, but we're talking about like this is the nastiest defense right now. We're going to see if they can keep it going, which I expect them to. So we're going to see. Are you doing a watch along to a game this weekend, Matt? Absolutely, I am. I had to figure it out. I think the Bears played the Lions on Sunday, so if that's the case, I'll probably watch that game. We're going to figure out the times because I want to have at least 2 games, whether it's a noon game and then Sunday Night Football, or maybe a noon and 3. I mean, either way, it's kind of back to back. But we're gonna figure this thing out. I want to do a lot of streams, and the watch parties are so much fun. They are. But I want it to be a game I care about, because if I don't care about it, then I'm not gonna do a watch party like for a Titans and like the Jaguars or something. You know what I mean? But unless it's on primetime. Thursday Night Football, I'll be doing all the games. And Monday Night Football. I live in Denver, Doug Hype, he says, and they are getting overconfident about their defense. You know what I mean? That's like a regular good defense, probably. You know what I mean? Packers have an extraordinary good defense. Philly boy, once the starting O-line gets their reps together, sky's the limit. That run game can only get better. Yeah, and I wonder about Zach Tom, because like he was talking today a little bit about like what happened to him. I forget what it was, what they say, oblique or something. I forget exactly. I should have had that ready. But so it'll be interesting to see like when those guys come back. But they handled it good. They handled it good against a good team. But yeah, you definitely want to get those guys back. You know what I mean? And Rick says, how great would it be for Wisconsin for a World Series and a Super Bowl? You know what I mean? That Brew Crew, baby, they're doing it. What's their record now? What's the Brewers' record right now? I see that they're balling. I'm not a big baseball guy, but always supporting the Brewers. Low-key, McManus is going to be huge this season, as well as he's such a huge piece, I feel. Dude, he absolutely, having a kicker. First of all, because the Packers played 2 good teams, and they had a pretty convincing win, scored 27 points in both those games. Then 13 against the Lions at 13, Washington at 18. But you're going to be in situations where you need your kicker. You're going to need at the end of the game. McManus is a guy I think that we can depend on, and not even late in the game, but just going through the game. Like when you got to get 3 points, get it. If you have a 53-yarder, get it. You don't want to have to be worried about like your kicker flaking out. So yeah, I think that's absolutely huge for having a good kicker, and we're in good spots over here with the kicking situation. LVN is making plays even when Parsons isn't on the field. It's 2 games, but LVN looks different. Do you agree? Yeah, absolutely, Jesse. I appreciate the comment. And shout out to Jesse, because he leaves like some of the most insightful comments on Facebook. You always have like a good opinion. Sometimes it's so good, or I can't even say anything. I just got to tap like I'm like he nailed that thing. You know what I mean? But yeah, LVN looking good. Even in training camp, everyone that I saw talking about people were at training camp. All the Packer great minds, all the Andy Hermans and whatnot. Everyone was jacked up about Van Ness, saying like he looks different, like he's getting after it. He was really just a savage in training camp. Obviously, he can't tackle in training camp, but I remember them saying like he's always in the backfield. He can't hit, but like he's always running back there. So I feel like he might have turned something on. Parsons is going to help, but I don't think it's just Parsons. Like people can't act like because everyone says, well, one player doesn't make the team, and I was like, well, he does because Parsons is kind of going to help everyone else out there. But it's not just when he's on the field. I feel like Van Ness is the guy that was going to take a step up no matter what. But having Parsons there when he's on the field, it's going to be electric. It's going to be explosive. We're going to see how much Parsons reps go up too. You talked about after the first win that about a month, and then he'll be good to go like full time. But we're going to see like how they use him. But like so far so good. Just be cautious. Make sure he gets it right. And yeah, Van Ness is a dog though. You know what I mean? If there's a game we could lose, but shouldn't, it's the Browns. You know what I mean? That is kind of the Packers way. And that is what I'm saying is like, if you are a champion, bro, the Green Bay Packers, I have faith in you that you are that team. Then you don't beat up on two good teams and then lose to the Browns, bro. Come out here and kick the Browns in the face, stomp on their throats, beat them by 3 touchdowns, total domination, and let the whole league know that the Green Bay Packers are here. We ain't about no games, baby. We coming to take over the league. That's what they got to do right there. I'll make sure to have the neutral graphic ready for you. Oh, there you go, Steve-O. He's my graphic guy, you know what I mean? So whether you like him or you hate him, Steve's the guy to blame over here. Shout out to Steve. I appreciate that. He has a torn oblique muscle. Yeah, that's tough for Zach Tom. I don't know if I have an oblique muscle. You know what I mean? I'm not sure I do, but I definitely probably have an oblique. I don't know, but hopefully I'm gonna just say I don't know. I have no insight on that, like what that would be. I'm not even sure what oblique is, but seems important. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I mean? Hey man, Ramage, go Pack, go my friend. Appreciate you, Tim. Thanks for tuning in over here. Doug Hype TV. I know the Packers are better because the radio guys here started getting jelly of the Packers defense and started saying they ain't so good. That's the thing that happens, Doug, right? Is that other like NFC North teams and just teams around the league, Cowboys are doing it too. Jerry Jones is trying to, because he wants to like win the trade or whatever. But a lot of people are trying to downplay it because, dude, they don't like it when the Packers are good, bro. And everyone's scared. They know what the Packers are about to do. They see it and like, this Packers team is nasty. But they don't want to admit it, so they're going to try to downplay it and give different excuses. Lion fans are giving excuses. That, I wouldn't say Washington fans. I've never seen a Washington fan outside. I saw some at Lambeau. You know what's a funny thing is? Let me tell you this story. So I'm at Lambeau Field walking through the parking lot. There's a guy on FaceTime wearing a Daniels jersey. He's all geared up. And he's on the FaceTime and he's showing Lambeau Field in the background. And he's like, bro, I'm at Lambeau Field. This place is ridiculous. And he's just excited. He's stoked. He's screaming how great Lambeau Field is, how nice the people are in the area. He's drinking a beer and he's just like, yo, everything is so great. And he was just like so excited. I was going to record him because I was like, oh, that'd be good, let everyone see. But I don't like recording people in public that they don't know. And then that's just a weird thing. I'm not trying to do all that, be all weird and stuff. But that shout out to Washington fans, first of all, because there was a lot of Washington fans there. I felt like not too much, but there was a good amount. And they were super cool. They were having a good time. I saw a lot of videos of interviews with Washington fans, and they were all like, hey, this is great. We love Green Bay. Everyone's so nice around here because Wisconsin, like you go to a Packer game, like people, even like walking around Wisconsin, everyone's just like, hey, how you doing? Everyone says hi. And I'm going to New York for the Giants game this season, and everyone that I kind of talked to about that, they were like, hey, they're not the same. Don't say hi to people on the street. They don't want to talk to you. I was like, I don't want to talk to anyone either, but you still say hi. How you doing? You know what I mean? But in Wisconsin, we understand that if I say how you doing, don't tell me how you're doing. No one, you know what I mean? You're just like, I'm having a good time. You know what I mean? Let's get her moving over here. We got the chat. Philly Boy says 10 days till the next game. Time to heal for the Browns. You know what I mean? Dude, that's the thing too. They have 10 days to prepare to stomp out the Cleveland Browns, bro. The Packers, who just beat the Detroit Lions and Washington Commanders in convincing fashion, have 10 days to figure out how they can manage to beat the Cleveland Browns. I think we're going to be all right. You know what I mean? I think the Packers are going to be all right there. You know what I mean? All right. All right, we got a few more. Oh, I'm kind of behind in the chat. I was going to wrap this thing up, but all right, well, let's keep it moving, I guess. Rick says, love the tie. The thank you, Jerry chant from the post-game show. I saw that S. Parsons was kind of being interviewed after the game. They were chanting, thank you, Jerry. That was a beautiful thing. Let's get some more over here. Colby says, my Viking fan friends are like F my life. You know what I mean? That's what it is, dude. If you're a fan of the NFC North, not named the Green Bay Packers, dude, you got to be like, bro, they did it again. Like, you thought, that the Packers were done. You kind of, I don't know why people had this in their head that the Packers weren't going to be good anymore. And then you see this, the first two games, and you're just like, all right, here we go again. Because the Packers are coming, dude. The Packers are ferocious. The Packers are going to dominate the NFC. The Eagles are the only, to me, the only worry, the only contender, the only legit team in the NFC that can, as the Packers look today, we're going to see, like, can they keep it going? But, like, dude, the Packers, it's just the Packers and the Eagles. I've seen other people say it too. Jesse says, Washington fans probably loved visiting Green Bay because the usual road trips are like Philadelphia and New York. You know what I mean? And, dude, Washington hasn't won in Lambeau Field since 1988. I saw that somewhere. 1988 was the last time Washington Commanders, also known as, obviously a different name, like three names, but that franchise has not won in Green Bay since 1988. What's the updates on Romeo Doubs? I don't think I heard anything about Romeo Doubs. I don't know. Jaden Reed got hurt. I'm not sure about Romeo Doubs. I think Romeo Doubs is all right. He's on my fantasy team. He balled out. You know what I mean? He balled out. All right, so we're going to wrap this thing up over here, but I appreciate everyone tuning in live. And starting next week, Monday through Friday, I'm live every day, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. We're going to have different shows for every night. We're going to do Monday Night Football, but also like when the Packers play on Sunday, I'll do a live stream before Monday Night Football, talking Packers and doing voicemails and whatnot. And throughout the whole week, I will be doing voicemails. So I want you to call in. I'm going to get this number. I don't have a graphic over here, but call in and leave a voicemail. I will use them all week. It's 920-777-7165. I post both, so you can check my social media. I'll be posting about all the time. I'll be posting that number. I might even get a hoodie made with a number on it. You know what I mean? I want to be big on the call-in show because I want this to be a show for the people. Let everyone have a say, like throughout the comments, like we do right now. But I also add voicemail. You can text too, and then I'll read them on the stream. I want it to be a show for the people. It's a show for fans, by fans. Let's get after it. 777-7165. Hit me up. I will use your voicemails. And even if I get a bunch before the game, before Sunday, on Sunday, I will I'll play some voicemails during the game stream. You know what I mean? Because it'll be probably Bears, Lions, whatever other game I stream. But I'll play some voicemails on there, like during commercials or whatnot. So go Pack, go people. I appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate everyone following me. Thanks for 100,000 followers on Facebook. This season's going to be fun. And I am so appreciated that people watch and listen to me. You know what I mean?